Begin in a cross-legged seated position. For now, have your right leg crossed in front of your left leg. It can be very helpful to sit up on a block or a firm cushion. If you can get your hips roughly level with your knees, then you'll find it a lot more comfortable for your hips. And it's also really important that you are centered on your sit bones. So the bony bits that stick out the bottom of the pelvis, you feel centered on them rather than tipping backwards. This will allow your pelvis to be neutral and not tipping backwards, and it will allow you to sit up really tall and straight. So if you feel any tension in your lower back, your hips, or you feel like you're tipping your pelvis backwards or rounding your lower back or shoulders, then do try sitting up on a block, thick book or firm cushion. So once you've found your comfortable seated position, take a moment to scan your mind over your body and notice how you're feeling. Connect in with any sensations in your body. Notice your face and jaw. Notice whether you are holding any tension in your jaw, your lips, your mouth or your eyes. Release and relax any tension in your face. Relax your eyes, let them be closed. Be aware of the place where your upper eyelid meets the lower eyelid in each eye. Relax your lips. Relax your jaw. Just feel your face soft and relaxed. Maybe having just a very soft and gentle engagement at the corners of your mouth to lift them. And feeling this gentle engagement of your cheeks needed for creating this very small smile, which is really good for uplifting your mood. Your jaw is relaxed, the rest of your face smooth, relaxed and free from expression. Simply a tiny smile on your face to increase that sense of joy and happiness. And be aware of the sensation of your breath and observe your breath as it flows in through your nostrils and out again. Notice the natural path and the natural pattern of your breath without trying to change anything. Allow your breath to flow freely and easily. Simply observing the sensations of the breath without trying to change anything at all. This in itself is meditation and will have a calming effect on your body and mind. Notice how you feel having observed your breath for a few moments. And then let's begin to link the movement with the breath. So inhaling, shrugging your shoulders right up to your ears, and exhale, slide your shoulder blades down your back. Repeat again, inhaling, shrug the shoulders up and exhale them down. One more time, observing the muscles you feel working to bring your shoulders up to your ears and the muscles you feel working to draw them down your back, and then keeping them there. On your exhalation, drop your chin towards your chest and inhale, look up and over one shoulder. Exhale, chin towards your chest and inhale, look up and over the other shoulder. Exhale, chin towards your chest. Continue with your breath. Inhaling, looking up and over one shoulder with your shoulder blades drawing down your back. Keep going so that you've done 3 rounds on each side. Face and jaw relaxed. Shoulders drawing down the back, lengthening your spine up long. And then taking your time, bring your head back to center. Bring your palms to touch in front of your heart. Have your hands quite low down so that you have a right angle bend at your wrist. And your shoulders remain away from your ears, your lower back long and lengthened. Very softly squeeze the palms together to get that gentle wrist stretch. And then on your inhalation, reach your hands up, interlock your fingers, turn your palms towards the ceiling, and exhale, drop your chin. Inhale, bring your head back to center. Exhale, push your palms out in front of you and round your upper body. Feel your chest hollowing as you push your palms forward. Inhale, reach your arms back up, and exhale, release your hands down by your side slowly, like you are drawing a big circle all around you. Inhale as you bring your palms back to touch again in front of your heart, and exhale here, just enjoying a round of breath with that connection between the palms. Inhale, reaching your hands up, interlock the fingers, turn the palms towards the ceiling. Exhale, lower the chin. Inhale, bring your head back to center, and exhale, round your upper body as you push your palms out in front of you. Lovely stretching between the shoulder blades. Inhale, reaching your hands back up again, palms push up, and exhale, release your hands, slowly draw them down, drawing that big circle all around you. Inhale, palms to touch. Exhale here. Inhale, reaching your hands up. Interlock your fingers, turn your palms towards the sky, and exhale, drop your chin towards your chest. Feel that lovely shoulder stretch, shoulders draw down your back. Inhale, bring your head to center, and exhale, push your palms out in front of you as you round your upper back, dropping your chin towards your chest, hollowing out the chest as you push the palms away. Inhale, reaching your hands back up to the sky, and exhale, sweeping your hands around and down beside you. Inhale, reaching your right arm up and over into a side lean. So keep dropping your top shoulder down your back as you reach the fingertips up and over. Keep grounding both sit bones into the earth. And then sweeping your right hand down so your hands are either side of your left knee and round over your left knee. Breathe here, letting your head hang heavy, face and jaw relaxed. All your awareness is with the sensation of your breath and the sensations of the stretches that you can feel. On your next inhalation, cartwheeling your right arm up to lengthen your body and place it back down by your side, coming back to center. Change the cross of your legs so that left leg is now in front. Feel long and lengthened through your spine. Inhale, sweep your left arm up and reach, extend and lengthen into a side lean. Your right shoulder is relaxed, right arm nice and relaxed. Grounding down through your buttocks, especially that left side, that left buttock, left sit bone, left shoulder blade, the top shoulder blade drawing down your back as the fingertips reach up and over. So you could imagine that left arm is lengthening in both directions. Your shoulder blade drawing down your back as your fingertips reach up and over. Think of length more than a side lean. So breathing evenly into both sides of your rib cage. Next inhalation, lengthen up slightly and then place your left hand down so that your hands are either side of your right knee, rounding over your knee. Soften, melt and relax. Release your upper body into this stretch. Think of a slight activation in your left thigh, rolling that thigh out in an external spiral of rotation away from your hip and grounding down through your left buttock, just that little bit extra, to feel a nice stretch into the left outer hip. On your next inhalation, sweeping your left arm up and over and coming back to center. Inhale, sweeping both arms up, and exhale, circling your wrists in towards the midline of your body as you float your arms down. Bring palms to touch and inhale, reach up through the center, and exhale, circle your wrists away from the midline of your body as you float your arms down. Then coming onto hands and knees. This is flat cat or tabletop pose. Hands are under shoulders, knees are under hips directly. Spread out your fingers. Ground the palms of your hands into the earth and soften your elbows so that they aren't looking straight. Feel broad across the back of your body. So gently pressing the floor away from you will help stop you from dipping in between your shoulder blades, and drawing your tummy gently in towards your spine will help stop you from sagging through your lower back. Widen your knees and bring your big toes together. Take a nice inhalation, and as you exhale, sink your bottom down to your heels. Let your belly rest in between your thighs and extend your arms forward on the mat. Spread out your fingers, have your hands shoulder width apart, and have a wiggle and a wobble to settle yourself into this pose. Feel your tailbone working down towards your heels. It doesn't matter if your tailbone doesn't reach the heels. Let your head roll side to side to massage your forehead on the mat, releasing and relaxing your brow, letting the earth absorb any tension in your face. Forehead soft and relaxed, jaw, lips, teeth and tongue soft and relaxed. Your awareness is with your breath, and as you inhale, come back to hands and knees. Align your knees back underneath your hips directly, ankles aligned with the knees. Take a nice breath in, and as you exhale, round your spine up towards the ceiling. Relax your neck, let your head hang down, and sink your bottom back down to your heels into child pose. So this is similar to the last pose, but this time your thighs are in a little bit, so your belly rests on your thighs. And you can breathe deeply into your belly, having a nice massage for your belly against your thighs. Feel the earth supporting you. Maybe your forehead touches the mat, maybe not. You can even fold your arms underneath your forehead to support it and allow yourself to feel more grounded. Let everything go as you feel yourself melting into the mat, being supported by the earth. With your arms out in front of you, circle your wrists a few times in each direction to begin to warm them up. Keep the rest of your body nice and relaxed. And then ground your hands down shoulder width apart. Turn your palms to face upwards. This will externally rotate your shoulders. Keep drawing your shoulder blades down your back and breathe into the back of your body. Breathe in between your shoulder blades. Turn your palms to face downwards. Ground them down shoulder width apart. Keep drawing your shoulders down your back. Notice how you feel. As you inhale, come up to hands and knees. Curl your toes under, press your hands into the earth, and exhale, send your bottom up and back, stretching from hands to tailbone. You can paddle your feet, deepening through alternate knees, and observe the sensations that this brings you. And then come to stillness in downward dog pose. If you find that you are rounding your spine, bend your knees a bit more. You can lift the heels and imagine pointing your tailbone and your sit bones up towards the line between the ceiling and the wall. As you exhale, walk your hands towards your feet, letting your knees bend and your belly rest on your thighs. Keep pushing your tailbone up, so the knees bend enough that you can rest your belly on the thighs, but you still feel a nice stretch in the backs of your legs. Take hold of your opposite elbow in front of you. Relax your upper body, hanging like a rag doll. Legs feel strong, heels grounded into the earth. And then bringing your hands onto your shins and inhale as you lift your collarbone up and forward, flat back. Then exhale, round down. Hinge at your hips, sweep your arms around and up as you come all the way up. Inhale at the top, gentle back bend, look up at your thumbs, and exhale your hands down in front of your heart. Bring your hands onto your hips, thumbs on the back of the pelvis, fingertips on the inner hip bones. And then checking that your feet are parallel, heel behind the widest part of the foot, feet inner hip distance apart, rocking forwards and backwards on your feet, making each rock smaller each time until your feet are nice and evenly grounded down. Bring your awareness to your pelvis and tilt the pelvis forwards and backwards, making each tilt smaller each time until you feel that the pelvis is level, like a bowl of water that's not spilling forward or back. Take a step forward with your right foot and imagine a line coming out the back of your right heel. Turn your left foot so that the inner arch intersects that line. You're going to bend through your right knee, stacking the knee directly over the ankle, but make sure that that right knee isn't twisting in towards the middle of the mat. So if you find that knee twisting and not stacked directly over the ankle, then turn your back toes in a little bit, and then you can bring your back hip around so that the right knee stacks directly over the right ankle and is aligned with the second and third right toe. Lengthen your stance if you want more challenge. Keep rolling that right thigh out in an external spiral of rotation. Feel that your body is centered evenly between the 2 feet. Inhale, bring your arms up to shoulder height and straighten your front leg, palms up. Exhale, sink your body down, hands to your hips as you bend through your right knee, stacking the knee over the ankle. Inhale, palms up, arms up to shoulder height, straighten the front leg, and exhale, sink your weight down again, bending through your right knee. Your legs feel strong and supportive. Can you feel your pelvic floor lifting? Again, inhaling, straightening the arms out to shoulder height, straighten the front leg, then exhale, bend through the right knee, stacking the knee over the ankle. Keep that knee there. As you inhale your arms up to shoulder height, palms up to begin with, then turn the palms down. Look at your right middle finger. Keep your shoulder blades sliding down your back. Your weight is centered between your 2 feet. Don't let your upper body lean forward like warrior in a hurry. You're nice and centered. Be aware of your pelvic floor, that hammock of muscle at the base of your body. Feel it supporting you here. Exhale and reach your left hand down your back leg. Inhale your right arm up. Exhale, reach your back arm further down your leg as you reach your top arm up and over. Keep breathing. Your front knee stays stacked directly over the front ankle, not letting that knee twist in. And reaching your front arm up and over, delicious deep side stretch. You might like to tuck your chin and look up towards your top arm. Keep reaching your back hand down your back leg as far as you can. Both feet feel grounded. On your next inhalation, cartwheel your arms back to shoulder height, palms up. Exhale as the palms face down, shoulders away from the ears. Inhale and exhale as you extend your body forward over your front knee without lunging more deeply through your front knee. So the body extends from the hips. Let your right arm fall wherever it naturally does onto the right thigh. And reach your left arm up and over your head. Imagine being a diagonal line from the top hand to the outside edge of your back foot. You could release your right arm. You're not putting any weight down through that right arm. It is your core that's doing the work here. This is extended right angle pose. Feel as though you can breathe evenly into both sides of your rib cage. One more round of breath here, then dropping your top arm down, bring your hands back onto your hips as you lengthen back to center. Turn both feet towards the long edge of your mat, heel behind the widest part of the foot. Feet are parallel. We're coming into a wide leg forward fold. So nice inhalation as you lengthen your spine. And exhale, hinge forward at your hips, keeping your lower back flat. Let your knees bend as much as they need to keep the lower back flat. Don't let your tailbone tuck under. So if you do find that your tailbone's tucking under and your weight is rocking back into your heels, then bend your knees a bit more, bring your weight forwards, and see if you can straighten your legs a little bit more. It's okay if they don't get completely straight. Inhale, walk your hands forward, bend your knees a bit more, and lift your chest as if you were making your back flat like a tabletop. Exhale, round down, straighten your legs as much as you can. Inhale, lift your collarbone up and forward, bend your knees a bit more, make your back flat like a table. And then exhale, straighten your legs as much as you can, push your tailbone up, relax your upper body down. Inhaling, lifting your collarbone up and forward, straighten your arms, bend the knees a bit more, flat back, and then exhale, relax your upper body down, push the tailbone up, work the legs as straight as you can. Take your time, one more round like this. On your inhalation, straightening your arms, lifting your collarbone up and forward, sinking through your knees a little more. And exhaling, straightening your knees. Bring your hands onto your hips and hinge at your hips as you sink through your knees a bit more and come all the way up to standing. Turn your left toes out to the side. Left heel aligned with the inner arch of the right foot. Bend through your left knee, stacking the knee over the ankle. You might need to bring your right toes in a little. Warrior 2 position. Inhale your arms up to shoulder height, palms up as you straighten your front leg. Don't let the knee lock though. And exhale, sink through your front knee as you bring your hands to your hips, stacking your left knee over your ankle. Continue with your breath. Inhale, lifting your arms up to shoulder height, palms face up as you straighten your front leg. And exhale, bend your front knee, bring your hands to your hips. Inhaling up and exhaling down. And as you sink down, imagine keeping your weight centered between your 2 feet. Keep your left knee stacked over your ankle and inhale your arms up to shoulder height, palms up to begin with, then turn palms down, looking at your left middle finger, keeping your shoulders sliding down your back and away from your ears, extending from fingertip to fingertip. Exhale your right hand down your right leg. Inhale your left arm up. Peaceful warrior. Your left knee stays stacked over your left ankle. Reach your back arm down your leg. Reach your front arm up. Breathe. You might tuck your chin to look up towards your left upper arm. Face and jaw relaxed. Cartwheel your arms back to shoulder height, palms face down, and extend over your front leg, not lunging more deeply through the knee. Think of extending from your hips and lengthening the left side of your body. Then we're going to drop the left arm down to the left thigh, but not putting any weight through that left arm. Reach your right arm up, maybe tucking your chin and turning to look up towards your right upper arm, or keep your head centered. Make sure you're long through the underside of your body. Keep your top shoulder blade drawing down your back, reaching up and over your head. Imagine being a long diagonal line from top fingertips to the outside edge of your back foot. When you're ready, cartwheel your arms back to center, bring your hands to your hips and turn both feet to the long edge of your mat, parallel feet. Inhale and exhale, hinge forward at your hips, letting your knees bend as much as they need to keep your lower back flat. Here we are again in fan pose. Take a nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, walk your hands over towards your right foot. So the right side of your belly will be resting on your right thigh. It's okay for your knees to be bent, and still pushing your tailbone up towards the sky as your heels ground down. Your upper body and your neck are nice and relaxed. Inhale, bring your upper body back to center, and then exhale, walk your hands over to the left foot. Upper body relaxing down, left side of your belly on your thigh. Tailbone pushing up towards the sky. Okay for your knees to be bent a little bit. Thinking of your legs strong and your upper body just spilling out of the top of the pelvis. And then inhaling yourself back to the center. Bring your hands onto your hips, sink through your knees as you come all the way up to standing. Turn your right foot towards the long edge of the mat. Right knee stays straight and bring your back hip and back toes around so that you're not twisting through your right knee. Inhale your arms up to shoulder height, turn the palms down and extend over your right leg, shifting your right hip back towards you and popping your left hip up. Then cartwheeling your right hand down and let it fall anywhere that it does onto the right leg, reaching your left arm up. So you want to make sure that you're not locking straight through your right leg. You could have a tiny micro bend in your right knee. You might like to tuck your chin and look up at your top hand or look down at your bottom foot. This is triangle pose. Keep grounding down through the outside edge of your back foot. Imagine that the back arch is lifting. Imagine you could tear the mat in half with your feet. Draw your tummy in. And as you inhale, come back to center, cartwheeling your arms out to shoulder height, and then reaching down your back leg with your back arm and reaching up and over with your front arm into a reverse triangle pose. So a really nice side stretch for the front of your body. You can tuck your chin and look up if that feels right. Keep breathing, keep drawing that front hip back. And then bringing yourself back to center, bring your hands to your hips. Turn both feet to the long edge of the mat and hinge forward at your hips into fan pose again. Let your upper body relax forward, spinning out of your hips. And then walking your hands forward so that your back is long. Place your left hand directly under your chest. Take your right hand to your sacrum. You're going to keep this area flat. Take a nice breath in and exhale. Twist your upper body to the right. So you're gently pushing into the floor with your left hand. You can keep your top hand on your hip, on your sacrum to be aware that it's flat, or maybe reach it up into the air if that feels right for your body. Keep rolling your right shoulder back. You might tuck your chin and look up. And then exhale your left hand down. Take a nice breath in as you lengthen your spine and twisting your upper body to the left as you exhale. Maybe reaching that top arm up, maybe keeping it on your hip, or maybe placing it just on your sacrum to work that area flat. It is tricky to keep that sacrum flat. Try not to let the left hip raise up more. But whatever your practice looks like, it's great that you're doing yoga, so keep persevering, placing your hands down and relaxing your upper body forward. Bring your hands onto your hips, draw your tummy in, sink through your knees as you come all the way up to standing. Turning your left foot to the narrow edge of the mat, bringing your back toes in accordingly, extending your arms out to shoulder height and extending over your left leg as you shift your left hip back towards you, popping your right hip up so the pelvis is on a slant. And really reaching and extending both sides of the body. Reach your left arm forward, then cartwheeling your arms down. And your left hand rests wherever it naturally settles on that left leg. It doesn't matter where. The important thing is that you're long through both sides of the body, including the underside. You feel as though you're sandwiched between two sheets of glass, so make sure that you're not tipping forward at your hips. You're on a single plane. You could imagine your back was flat against a wall. Triangle pose. And when you're ready, cartwheeling back up and coming into your reverse triangle. So reaching your back arm down your back leg, reaching your front arm up and over. Beautiful deep side stretch. The front leg stays straight but not locking through the knee, so a little tiny micro bend in the knee is great. Feet grounding down. And then coming back to center, bring your hands to your hips. Turn both feet towards the long edge of the mat. Take a nice breath in and hinge forward at the hips, relaxing your upper body down. And then this time taking hold of your ankles with fingers on the inside, thumbs on the outside. This arm position internally rotates the shoulders and is a welcome stretch for latissimus dorsi muscles, which we use to draw the shoulder blades down the back in so many other poses. And this is a really good way to release the muscles of your back and let your neck muscles relax, so let your upper body feel really heavy here. And as we come into fan pose for the fourth time in the class today, maybe you're able to draw yourself a little deeper into it this time. Maybe taking hold of your calves with your forearms and drawing yourself a little deeper into the fold. Relax your upper body. Let your head hang down. Bring your hands back to your hips, sink through your knees, draw your tummy in and hinge up at your hips. Walking your feet in a bit, keep them parallel but a bit wider than your hips. Take a nice breath in and exhale, hinge forward at your hips, coming into a slightly wide-legged forward fold. And taking hold of your ankles again with your fingers on the inside, thumbs on the outside, really releasing your upper body. Sink your bottom down, coming into squat pose, bringing palms to touch in front of your heart and your elbows nudge your knees apart. It's okay for your heels to lift. Then letting your bottom come down to the floor and giving your knees a big hug in cosmic egg pose. Maybe your toes are lifted off the floor, maybe they just rest gently on the mat. Just let yourself breathe, feel connected with the earth, face and jaw relaxed. Feeling supported by the earth and by yourself too. Come into your comfortable cross-legged position, then coming onto hands and knees. This is flat cat or tabletop pose. Hands are under shoulders, knees are under hips directly. Spread out your fingers, ground the palms of your hands into the earth and soften your elbows so that they aren't looking straight. Feel broad across the back of your body. So gently pressing the floor away from you will help stop you from dipping in between your shoulder blades, and drawing your tummy gently in towards your spine will help stop you from sagging through your lower back. Inhale here, and as you exhale, tuck your tailbone under, round your spine up towards the ceiling, relax your neck, let the head hang down, keep pushing the floor away. Inhale, come back into your flat back position in flat cat. Feeling your spine long and lengthened, back of the neck parallel to the floor, looking straight at the earth. Exhale, round into your round cat. Really go for this. Push the floor away from you. Relax your neck. Let your head hang down. Feel your tummy naturally draw in towards your spine. As your inhalation occurs, come back into your flat cat position. And exhale, round again. We're flowing with the breath, warming up the muscles of the back, creating flexibility in the spine. On your next inhalation, shine your chest forward, turn your tailbone up into up cat, and then exhale, tuck your tailbone under, round your spine into round cat, also called down cat. Inhaling, shining the chest through to up cat, roll your shoulders down your back, look straight at the floor, a couple of feet in front of you. Exhale, round into down cat. Continue with your breath. Your mind is connected with your natural pattern of breath. Your movement flows on your breath. Up cat, down cat. And when you're in your down cat, the tops of the feet are flat on the mat. When you shine your chest through to your up cat, you could curl your toes under and press the curled under toes into the mat to get a stretch for your feet. Be aware of all the sensations in your body. Make sure that you're not sagging through your lower back in your up cat. You can keep your tummy gently drawn in towards the spine to help support the spine. And then on your next exhalation, sink your bottom all the way down to your heels, or at least towards your heels. It's okay if your bottom doesn't touch your heels. You can give your lower back a nice little rub and a massage. You can keep your hands out in front of you, relaxing your arms, or maybe bring your arms around by your sides with palms facing up. Feel free to place a cushion underneath your bottom, in between your bottom and your feet, or underneath the tops of your feet, or underneath your forehead. So those are all places that a cushion can help support you in this child's pose position. Relax everything. Relax your face and jaw, lips, teeth and tongue. Relax your tummy muscles. Relax your pelvic floor muscles. Feel the sensation of your muscles relaxing. Feel as though you are breathing into the back of your body. Feel the back of the ribcage expanding with the breath. Breathe down to your lower back. Every exhalation releases tension from your muscles. Every exhalation, feel the earth supporting you and imagine tension melting away to be absorbed warmly by the earth. Keep breathing here. And so on your next inhalation, reach your hands out in front of you, hands shoulder width apart, come up to hands and knees. And stretching your left leg out behind you, keep your toes curled into the mat, push out through your heel. It's useful to be on a tacky yoga mat because the toes, the skin of your toes will grip with a little bit of friction to the mat, and you can really ground down through the ball of the foot and the toes, and you push your heel away. So that gives you the deepest stretch for your calf in the back of the leg. And then making sure that your shoulders are over your hands directly, and sweep your left leg out to the side into this tripod position. Inhale your left arm up, so same side as the leg that's out. You might like to tuck your chin and look up at the top hand. Keep pushing the floor away from you with your bottom hand. Feel lifted from your armpit. Breathe deeply, wide and full into your chest. A wonderful gentle twist for your spine. And then exhaling, sweeping your top arm forward and down, and inhale back and up. Exhale forward and down. Inhale back and up. Big circles. So this is wonderful for your shoulder. Let's go the other way, still inhaling forward and up and exhaling back and down. And as you breathe in, this is a wonderful chest stretch, helping you to increase your lung capacity and oxygenate your body. Ground your left hand down, sweep your back leg out behind you, nice level hips, so not letting the pelvis rock one way or the other. Draw your tummy in, lift your pelvic floor, lift your back leg up just to hip height, no higher. Point out through your back toes. If you want a bit more challenge, you can bring your opposite arm and stretch it forward. Keep pushing the floor away from you with your supporting arm. You might like to flex your left foot to push out through the heel and then point the toes. So feel those changing stretches as you do that. Placing your hand down and your foot down, bring your knee underneath your hip again. And as you exhale, round your spine into round cat. Sink your bottom down to your heels into child pose. And breathe. Relax everything. Remember, don't worry if you can't get your bottom all the way to your heels. Just imagine your bottom working down towards your heels. On your next inhalation, coming up to hands and knees. And lower yourself down onto your elbows, so you're on elbows and knees. You might find your hips a tiny bit forward of your knees so that your spine is very long and you're not too bunched up. Inhale here and exhale, thread your left arm underneath your right armpit, bringing your left shoulder and the left side of your head to the floor. Breathe here. If you find that your left shoulder and head don't reach the floor easily, then bring the floor to you by placing a cushion or a block there and resting your head and shoulder on that support. Relax your upper body. Keep breathing. So this is a wonderful gentle twist and a beautiful shoulder stretch. Relax into your face and jaw. Relax into lips, teeth and tongue. Feel your spine is long and lengthened. Grounding gently into the tops of your feet. Feel the earth supporting you. Feeling any tension from your shoulders, neck, upper back, face and jaw, just melting to be absorbed warmly by the supportive earth. Breathe into the earth. Ground down through your right forearm and inhale, gently pushing back up onto elbows and knees, clarifying your position with hips stacked directly over the knees. And slowly walk your hands out in front of you, bringing your forehead towards the floor. So this is puppy dog pose or melting heart pose. And it is an intense shoulder stretch. If it feels too much for you, then you can simply come back to rest in child pose. And just like in the full version of downward dog pose, in puppy dog pose, it's useful to have your hands on a tacky yoga mat so that you can push your hands into the mat. So you can have that little bit of traction, lengthening from hands to tailbone. Long spine. Drop your elbows down to the floor, bring your weight into your forearms and bring your weight forward so that your shoulders are over your elbows directly. Lots of length in between elbows and knees, and maybe having your hips a tiny bit forward of your knees. Inhale here and exhale as you thread your right arm underneath your left armpit, bringing the right shoulder and the right side of the head to the floor. Thread the needle pose. Relax your upper body. Sink and melt into this pose. Remember that if your shoulder and head don't easily touch the floor, you can place a cushion underneath the shoulder and the head so that it's supporting them both. Really relax. Forward bending poses like this are very calming for the mind and soothing for the nervous system. When you're ready to come up, ground into your left forearm, come back to elbows and knees. Then ease yourself up onto hands and knees, coming back into your flat cat position, shoulders away from your ears, back of the neck parallel to the floor. Extend your right leg out behind you, toes curled into the mat, pushing out through your heel. Make sure the hips stay level. Keep drawing your tummy gently towards your spine and engaging from inner hip bone to inner hip bone. Spreading out your fingers and gently pushing the palms of your hands into the floor so you stay broad in between the shoulder blades and not dipping in between the shoulder blades. Broad across the back of your body. Keep pushing out through your back heel and keep breathing out through your back heel. A wonderful calf stretch for the right leg. And then bringing your shoulders over your hands directly and bringing your right leg out to the side. Inhale, sweep your right arm up. Push the floor away from you with your bottom hand. Feel lifted from your bottom armpit. You might like to tuck your chin and look up at your top hand. And breathe wide and full into your chest. Enjoy this delicious stretch for your chest, allowing you to breathe deeper. Exhale, circle your top arm forward and down. Inhale, back and up, moving with your circle of breath. Keep pushing the floor away with your bottom arm and bringing mobility and health into that top shoulder joint as you circle. Change directions if you haven't already. Inhaling forward and up. Exhale, circle back and down. Lovely big circles with your hand. Relaxed face and jaw. Placing your right hand down and sweeping your back leg out behind you, keeping your hips nice and level. Inner hip bones shine down towards the floor. Shoulders stack over, hands directly, lifting your back leg up just to hip height, no higher. Point out through your back toes, and for more challenge, bring your left arm forward. Inhale, flex your right foot, then exhale, point out through the toes again. Maybe repeating that to enjoy the changing stretches. It's okay to wobble. Keep drawing your tummy in towards your spine. Tiger pose. Drop your back foot down and bring the knee back under the hip, back into your flat cat position. We are going to come up into the full version of downward dog now. So grounding your hands into the earth, shoulder width apart, nice spread out fingers. Curl your toes under. And exhale as you push your bottom up into the air. In downward dog pose, we are aiming to be a straight line from hands to tailbone. If you've got tight hamstrings, you'll need to bend your knees to find this. Let's bend alternate knees, just feeling into the pose and feeling the changing stretches in the backs of the legs and noticing the effect that this has on your spine. So as you bend one knee, you can lift that heel and straighten the other leg, dropping the heel down, alternating knees. And then when you come to stillness, you may have your heels still lifted, you may still have your knees bent. Really push your hands into the mat, and again it helps to be on one of these tacky yoga mats. And push your tailbone up and back, imagining you're pushing it towards the line between the ceiling and the wall. Neck relaxing, head hanging down, ribs drawn in. And on your inhalation, slowly lower to hands and knees. Then exhale, melt into child pose, bottom towards your heels, belly to the thighs, forehead to the mat. And remember, you can use a cushion under any of these areas to support you in this pose and allow you to melt a little bit more. Relax everything. Keep your hands out in front of you or bring them around by your sides. Soften and melt. Breathe deeply here and be aware of your breath. Child pose, being a forward bending pose, is deeply soothing and calming for your body and your mind. It's really good for your digestion as well. Nice belly massage as you breathe into your belly. So bring your arms out in front of you and slowly roll yourself up to sitting. Sit in a mermaid position with space in front of you on your mat and lower yourself down via your side and roll onto your back. Hug your knees in towards your tummy and have a gentle rock side to side. Feeling this massaging the flesh all around the base of the spine at the sacrum. Massage it out. You can keep the knees together and circle the knees a few times in each direction. Feeling this massaging the flesh all around the base of the spine at the sacrum. And this is a lovely release for your lower back. These simple movements are fantastic if you ever have discomfort in your lower back. And then one at a time, let your feet come down to the floor. And you can let your knees knock together with toes turning in, heels turning out. This position is great if your lower back feels tender. If your back feels okay, then you can widen your feet, then letting one knee flop out to the side, extend that leg out. Let the other knee flop out to the side and extend that leg out too, feeling wide across your hips. Toes turning out to the sides. And you can have your arms down by your sides, palms face up, or bring your hands, palms down onto your belly. Make sure that your shoulders are sliding down your back and away from your ears, as if you could put them in your back pockets and keep them there. And you feel broad and open across the front of your chest. You feel that your chin is ever so slightly tucked in towards your chest, so that the back of your neck feels long and lengthened. The lower part of the back of your skull rests on the floor, and if you find your head tipping back, then place a cushion underneath your head. This is Shavasana, our resting position. We are releasing and relaxing everything. Relaxing your face and jaw, relaxing lips, teeth and tongue, relaxing your pelvic floor muscles, finding your soft, passive core. Feel the earth underneath your body and feel it supporting you. Be aware of the sensation of your breath and observe your breath as it flows in and out. Simply observe your natural pattern of breath. Feel that the breath is like a wave that washes up your body on the inhalation and down on the exhalation. Your body releases and relaxes completely into the earth. Every exhalation releases you more completely into a healing place of rest. Stay here in Shavasana, breathing and resting for as long as you can. And when you're ready to come back to your everyday activity, have a lovely big stretch, wiggling your fingers and toes, moving and stretching however your body needs to awaken. Roll over onto your right hand side and spend a few more rounds of breath there. Then, using the strength of your arms, slowly make your way up to sitting. Observe how you feel to be sitting upright again. Bring palms to touch in front of your heart, and then place your thumbs to the third eye point in the center of your forehead as you bow your head, and feel gratitude to yourself for practicing yoga today. No matter what your practice looked like today, you made a wonderful decision to practice yoga. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste.